Bonn University and Fraunhofer, and he's going to talk about question and answering system. Thank you.
When we submit our research work in the web conference, program committee sends and directs the submitted paper to the reviewers based on their expertise. Because usually not everyone is good in everything, but together they can review all type of papers submitted in this conference. Please keep this analogy in your mind and now listen to me. Good afternoon everyone, I'm Kuldeep Singh, here to present our topic, Why Reinvent the Wheel? Let's build question answering systems together. We work in the domain of question answering over structured data, more specifically DBpedia. If we analyze the state-of-the-art question answering systems, they perform set of tasks to translate a natural language question to a formal query, which is Spartan, in most of the cases. So if I take one component from one QA system, another from another, and so on, put them together in a sequence, it eventually becomes a question answering system. We did that. And first question, what is the capital of Canada, can be answered by a sequence of components, which you can see first three components in the line. However, another question, did Socrates influence Aristotle, cannot be answered by the same pipeline because the last component which forms the query out of all the inputs from previous step fails to do so. Because this component is not meant to answer the questions which expect yes or no answer. However, the third question, did Tesla win Nobel Prize in Physics, should be answered by the last pipeline because it has already answered a yes or no type of question, but again it failed to get answered by the same pipeline. You know why? The first component, DBpedia Spotlight, cannot recognize the entity Nobel Prize in Physics, and the reason is, it is written in lowercase. The last question, which river does the Brooklyn Bridge crosses, seems like the first question, what is the capital of Canada? Because they expect answer as a list, but again, the first pipeline cannot answer it. You know why? The second component, relation linker, fails to identify that question. Because one important thing here to notice, the component which has just been induced in the last pipeline has the precision 1/5 than the first component which was part of the first pipeline. However, for a particular type of a question, the worst performing component can answer you the question. And now imagine you have 18 components for first task, 5 for second, 2 for third, and 2 for last. You have 360 options to answer what is the capital of Canada, and that becomes the problem. Which component should be part of the question answering pipeline based on the type of a question? And it's an optimization problem. With a given question, with a given knowledge base, which component to be part of the question answering pipeline per task to get the answer? We approach this problem in 2 steps. First, we treat the components for particular task in isolation because they're independent. Why should we create a dependency out of it? We use supervised learning methods to predict top K best performing component per task, and in the second step, we arrange them greedily to get the complete pipeline. However, we want to go for task by task basis to have the independency of these components on each other. We extract several features to represent a question into a set of labels that the questions like, question features like question type, answer type, so on. I'll talk that later in the stage. So we end up running K pipeline out of 360 pipeline. In our case, with the available set of components, we have empirically seen that K can go up to 3. So we can only run 3 pipeline to get the answer. We implemented this approach in a framework called Frankenstein. We call it as Frankenstein monster because we combine state-of-the-art heterogeneous component under a single umbrella. Frankenstein received 2 inputs. One is natural language question and also the goal. You being a user might not be interested in the whole question answering process, but you just want to know which is the best component for disambiguation task where all my entities are in lowercase, or the entities and number of words more than 5, 6. So goal is the task which a user wants to implement, or the sequence of tasks might result into the whole question answering answer or part of it. We extract several features out of it and train classifiers. Each classifier for each component to predict its performance per question. This predicted component goes to